Hello everyone. Greetings from the Ecuadorian government, especially from our president, Guillermo Lasso Mendoza. As the National Secretary of Planning, it's a great honor for me to participate in this high-level political forum on sustainable development. I want to present Ecuador's experience after COVID-19 and the advances we are making in implementing the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. The COVID-19 pandemic has profoundly impacted global progress toward economic and social development. It also affected efforts and actions to meet the Sustainable Development Goals. Previous achievements have also been affected, generating a setback in the individual and collective well-being of the Latin American region and the entire world. For Ecuador, the post-pandemic crisis reflects in the level of unemployment and the worsening of poverty, which cause deficiencies in the access, quality, and coverage of public services for the population, especially for the low-income population. According to the COVID-19 post-disaster socioeconomic needs assessment developed by the Ecuadorian government with the support of the UN, during the pandemic, the country experienced a deep economic contraction, closing 2020 with a fall in GDP of 7.8%. Total losses, public and private, rose to $16 billion. At the end of 2020, only 3 out of 10 Ecuadorians had adequate employment. The increase in the incidence of poverty by 8 percentage points has created a scenario in which it is urgent to attend as a priority to the most vulnerable segments of the population to prevent their income from being reduced even more and falling into the categories of poverty and extreme poverty. Confronted with this complex scenario, the challenges to rebuilding from COVID-19 are diverse and urgent. For example, in budgetary restrictions, governments must move forward in improving the mechanism for prioritizing policies and targeting resources, focusing on human rights and environmental sustainability. Likewise, we must design and implement effective and comprehensive public policies, for which it's necessary to fortify interinstitutional and multi-level coordination strategies. Additionally, it's urgent to work on strengthening the institutional framework to respond effectively to the challenges of post-COVID recovery. In this sense, it's necessary to have a resilient state capable of proposing projects for long-term sustainable development. It's also necessary to work on rebuilding trust in the state, its functions, and institutions through the activation of transparency mechanisms, access to public information, open government, and accountability. In Ecuador, we are tirelessly working on each of these points, and we are confident that we will be able to improve the well-being of all Ecuadorians, especially those affected the most by the pandemic. It's time to renew our commitment to implementing the global agenda and an efficient post-COVID reconstruction. To this end, all member countries of the UN must join forces and articulate ourselves to meet the challenges presented to us, so that we can improve the state of the world, our countries, and every one of its citizens. Thank you very much.